Welcome, tennis fans and sports junkies worldwide. We are witnessing what can only be described as a seismic shift in the professional tennis world. Rome, a city built on the grit of ancient gladiatorial combat, a place that has seen the epic rise and fall of empires. Today, the city is burning with anticipation for the battle about to unfold on the sacred red clay of the Foro Italico. We are on a collision course, a tectonic shift in the women's game, a matchup overflowing with narrative weight and polar opposite styles. With stakes this high, our title, All of Rome is on fire, Alex Eala and Elena Rybakina will end the world barely feels like hype. It feels like prophecy. Tomorrow, Sunday, May 10th, 2026, the grand architecture of the Italian Open becomes the crucible for a match that has the whole world holding its breath. On one side of the net stands the undisputed ice queen of the WTA, the reigning world number 2 and Kazakhstani juggernaut, Elena Rybakina, a player whose serve functions like a weapon of mass destruction. Her flat, piercing ground strokes seem to defy the physics of clay court tennis. Across the net, carrying the hopes and dreams of an entire nation, the fiery passion of the Philippines rests on 20-year-old phenom Alexandra Eala. She is the pride of her country. A Rafael Nadal Academy graduate, she is currently writing a Cinderella story so wild that Hollywood executives are definitely taking notes. Eala just dismantled Magdalena Frech in a brutal 3-set war. She bounced back from a second-set slump to bagel her opponent before sealing the deal. Then, she delivered a masterclass win over the 31st seed, Wang Xinyu, to plant her flag in a WTA 1003rd round for the first time. Meanwhile, Rybakina enters this fight after ruthlessly crushing Maria Sakkari, dropping only 5 games in a terrifying display of pure power. This is more than a tennis match. It is a clash of generations, cultures, and total tennis philosophies. You have the established Grand Slam royalty in Rybakina facing off against a hungry challenger. Alexandra Eala, history maker, currently sitting at world number 37 in the live rankings. This is the biggest match of her life. A win here is not just about the round of 16. It means securing a seed for Roland Garros and dodging the heavyweights during those early rounds in Paris. It means proving the massive hype from her junior days has officially translated into total dominance on the senior tour. For Elena Rybakina, this is about hierarchy. She is sending a chilling message that the throne belongs to her, and her game is just as lethal on dirt as it is on grass. The atmosphere in Rome is electric right now. You can feel the humidity mixing with pure tension. The Italian fans, famous for their raw and loud involvement, are already picking their favorites. They love an underdog and they love Eala's grit, but they deeply respect Rybakina's raw, unadulterated power. This matchup is a tactical goldmine. How will Eala's heavy top spin, sharpened at the Nadal camp, handle the relentless, laser-guided missiles firing off Rybakina's strings? Can Eala's elite footwork and coverage extend rallies long enough to force mistakes from the world number 2? Or will Rybakina simply serve her way out of trouble, raining down aces? This match matters way beyond Rome. Back in Manila, alarms are being set for the early morning. Across Asia, fans see Eala as the next great hope on the global stage. We are breaking down every micro-element of this historic clash. We will dissect their journeys leading up to this exact moment in 2026. So, buckle up. The WTA Tour, as we know it, is about to be turned completely upside down. This is the deep dive into the match defining the clay court season. To understand the gravity, we must look closer at both athletes. It starts with the massive challenge blocking Alexandra Eala's path. Elena Rybakina is a biomechanical marvel built for modern power. Standing tall, her leverage on that serve is arguably the most dangerous weapon in the women's game today. When we talk Rybakina, we mean a player who routinely drops over 6 aces per match. That is a wild stat on clay, where the dirt usually slows things down. Her 2026 season has been terrifying. She has an incredible win rate, stacking up 27 victories against only 6 losses so far this year. Her first serve win percentage is in the high 70s, and she converts break points with clinical efficiency. But it is not just stats, it is the aura. Rybakina is famous for her stoicism. Whether hitting a screaming forehand winner or double faulting on break point, her face never moves. That icy demeanor is a psychological weapon. It gives her opponents absolutely nothing to work with. Playing Rybakina is like playing a wall that hits back with pure venom. On clay, the experts say you need heavy topspin, perfect sliding, and the patience for 30-shot rallies. Rybakina breaks the mold. She plays aggressive first-strike tennis even on clay. Her goal is to end every point on her own terms within 3 shots. Her win against Maria Sakkari last round proved exactly why she is so dangerous. Sakkari is a fitness machine and a top-tier grinder. Yet Rybakina dismantled her 6-4, 6-1. She blasted through the court and completely neutralized the Greek star's legendary movement. Rybakina wants to dominate and prove her raw power can conquer the slow clay at the Foro Italico. Now let's look at the challenger, the disruptor. Meet Alex Eala, the young star carrying the weight of an entire nation on her shoulders. Eala's journey is built on perfect planning, raw talent, and a relentless work ethic. Straight from the Philippines, a nation obsessed with sports but lacking a tennis infrastructure. That makes Eala's rise to the top absolutely extraordinary. She moved to Spain as a kid to train at the elite Rafael Nadal Academy in Mallorca. That move defined her tennis DNA. She studied under the greatest clay court minds in the world. Eala built a game around suffocating topspin and tireless footwork on the dirt. Plus, she has a tactical maturity well beyond her 20 years. Her run at this 2026 Italian Open is a revelation. Take her opening match against Magdalena Frech. It was a true baptism of fire for the youngster. Eala came out swinging, serving up a flawless 6-0 bagel in set 1. But tennis is about momentum, and Frech fought back to take the second. It was the moment of truth. Would the young Filipina crumble under that massive pressure? No chance. She dug deep, channeled the resilience of her mentors, and ground out a 6-4 win in the decider. That victory broke a major mental barrier. In 2025, her Rome debut ended early after being dumped out of the first round by Marta Kostyuk. She won only 1 game back then. To return now with this much mental toughness proves how much she has evolved. Next up was 31st seed Wang Xinyu, a dangerous and highly capable opponent for anyone. Eala neutralized Wang completely, winning 6-4, 6-3. She served great, creating 11 break points and converting 7. Her return game was lethal, stepping inside the line to steal time away from the Chinese star. This is a player on a fast ascent. Just weeks ago, she crushed veteran Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova in straight sets at the Madrid Open. Eala is proving she belongs on the big stage. She isn't just a promising junior anymore, she's a real threat on the pro tour. Looking at the tactics, it's a fascinating study in total opposites. Rybakina wants to keep the points short. She plans to dictate with a massive serve and flat, penetrating ground strokes from the back. She wants to keep Eala pinned deep, rushing her preparation to force weak returns she can easily crush. Eala, conversely, wants to extend every single rally. She must use heavy topspin to push Rybakina off the baseline and out of her comfort strike zone. Rybakina is incredibly tall with massive reach, but defending those high-kicking balls on clay can be quite awkward for her. Eala needs to target the Rybakina forehand with high-looping shots, forcing the Kazakh to hit from above her shoulders. That is a low-percentage shot. Furthermore, Eala's movement is about to be tested like never before. She has to anticipate Rybakina's patterns and read that service toss perfectly. She must be ready to defend out of the corners. The Rome clay is unique. It's faster than the clay at Roland Garros, but it still rewards patience and smart point construction. If the weather is warm and dry, the ball flies favoring Rybakina's power. But if it's overcast and heavy, the court slows down, neutralizing that pace and playing right into Eala's hands. This allows her to track down extra balls and force Rybakina into hitting one more shot, hopefully drawing an unforced error. Don't forget the crowd. The Italian fans at the Foro Italico are legendary. They are loud, passionate, and they know the game well. They love players who show real emotion and fight for every single point. The fans want players who leave their heart on the dirt. Eala, with her fiery attitude and underdog story, is primed to be their darling. If she gets that crowd behind her, creating an atmosphere of noise and chaos, it might just break Rybakina's usually impenetrable focus. Rybakina is used to playing in hostile environments, but a massive Roman crowd fully invested in a huge upset, that's a different beast entirely. Beyond the tactics, we have to look at the bigger picture for the WTA Tour. Women's tennis is in a state of thrilling flux right now. We have established champs, but a wave of fearless young talent is crashing the gates. Alex Eala represents the vanguard of this exciting new generation. A win over the world number 2 wouldn't just be an upset, it would be a massive statement of intent. It sends a message to every locker room. The old guard is vulnerable. The hierarchy can be shattered on any given Sunday. For Elena Rybakina, losing here would be a massive dent in her armor before the French Open even starts. It raises serious questions about her on clay while giving every other player a blueprint on how to dismantle her power game. This match is a huge moment for Asian tennis. The continent has been searching for a top-tier superstar to rally behind. Alex Eala has the charisma, the raw talent, and the backing to fill that void. Every time she steps on court, she carries the pride of millions of Filipinos who see their own resilience in her eyes. The pressure is immense, but so far, she has shown a remarkable ability to channel that stress into explosive performances on court. As we wait for the umpire to call time and the players to finally take their positions, we have to appreciate the pure sporting theater we are all about to witness. Will Rybakina's serve hold up under the intense scrutiny of Eala's aggressive returns? Will Eala's physical conditioning allow her to run down that relentless barrage of baseline winners? Can a young Filipina keep her cool while staring down the icy gaze of a Grand Slam champion? These questions get answered on Rome's red clay. As shadows lengthen over the Foro Italico and anticipation reaches a fever pitch, we are standing on the very precipice of tennis history. This round 3 match at the 2026 Italian Open between Alex Eala and Elena Rybakina is why we love this sport. It is pure power versus agility, experience versus youth, and ice versus fire. The stakes cannot be higher. For Eala, it is a chance to secure a seated spot at Roland Garros and announce herself as a giant slayer on the world stage. For Rybakina, it is a crucial test of her clay court credentials and a mandate to protect her territory at the top of the game. The beauty of tennis lies in its total unpredictability. The fact is, on any given day, across a net on a rectangular patch of earth, reputations count for nothing. Only the racket speaks the truth. Tomorrow, the world will be watching. The streets of Manila will go silent as millions of fans tune in. The stands in Rome will be shaking with noise. The tennis universe will be firmly fixed on this monumental clash. Whether you are a diehard fan who analyzes every spin rate and service percentage, or a casual observer drawn in by the irresistible narrative of the underdog, this is a match you simply cannot miss. Thanks for joining this breakdown. The stage is set, the players are ready, and all of Rome is indeed on fire. We will see you on the other side of what promises to be an absolute tennis classic. Enjoy the match, everyone. Witness a collision that might just change the landscape of the WTA Tour forever.